and welcome to the Contiengecy Plan Podcast. My name is Jedi Master David, and with me, as always, is Darth Austin.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to our Battle for Winterfell podcast. We've switched.
Yeah, Grey Worm.
Nope, still a reread podcast. Psych, we got. So yeah, we're still doing our reread through Dark Tide 1, Onslaught, chapter 16 we're getting on to now?
Yeah.
So, sad news. We already kind of dropped it on our May the 4th episode, which hopefully you guys did enjoy the May the 4th. Little, I almost said Last Jedi, episode 9. Episode 9 sort of discussion podcast. But it warrants, further talking about. Unfortunately, Peter Mayhew passed away on the 30th of April. And, not only was he Chewy, but he was just always so active. He had foundation. He was always out at all the cons. He always made time for fans.
He's one of the ones that really loved being a part of Star Wars.
I think so. So, rest in peace, my friend. I hope green pastures and everything find you. And
it's sad to see they're all getting so. They're getting up there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Protect Billy D. Protect him with your life force.
Yeah, exactly.
Give 10 years of your life
send
for
the
Billy
force
D.
energy. Yeah.
So he can be a part of the new movies.
There you go. Well, anyway.
In the Old Republic. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Old Republic Billy D.
He
was there from the beginning.
You're just, you're out there today.
Eh.
So anyway, let's pop into a little Jedi Council. How's your week been going?
Game of Thrones.
It's
been miserable because I'm waiting for Sunday.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people that have chosen to forego watching it week to week and are just waiting for the entire season to drop to binge it.
That's stupid. Nothing like asking for everything to be spoiled.
Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on the person. I don't really social media much, but I have it. I just don't really use it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I kind of like watching it as it comes out, but, yeah, I get it. So, yeah,
it's like a little weekly, thing. Most shows you watch now, you don't. It's all binging, so I kind of enjoy still getting a week-to-week show to look forward to.
True. Yeah, I watched Endgame and then Game of Thrones the next day, and yeah, it was something else. It was a great weekend. We won't try and spoil too much for you. Here's who died. Checked. Yeah, if you haven't seen it by now and you're listening to this, I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Literally, the next episode has come out.
Shame.
Yeah,
we are a Star Wars podcast, but we like other nerd stuff, so.
Dang it, I thought I was safe on the Star Wars podcast, but you spoiled it for me.
Gotcha. No, it was a great episode. We're not going to get into it too heavy because obviously
it'll be
it's
30
really
minutes of just talking about it.
It was a great episode, though. I know there are a lot of complainers, though, about the lighting, about some of the decisions made, about not killing off enough characters.
It was a night battle.
Yeah,
they didn't have a lot of fire.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, what are you talking about? There was a whole ring of fire. There was dragons fire everywhere.
That part was pretty bright. I'm talking about before the Dothraki
Don't you
horde.
remember the part that Jon Snow got stabbed through the head with fire?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, jeez.
And then he became a Daywalker.
Yeah.
Enemy of the Night Walker.
Yeah, Blade came around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's vampires now.
Why not?
One of the dragons is a vampire. And everybody died.
Oh my God, the spoilers!
But then all of them came back. Not as White Walkers, but just they came back.
Yeah, they just came back. All alive.
Everyone's completely fine, except Ned's holding his head still. Spoiler.
We did we did some speculation on a previous episode of who would die.
We got it all wrong. Except for Jorm.
God, spoilers!
We agreed we'd spoil a little bit.
Well, I mean, I thought that there were going to be more people.
I did too. I figured, old Sam.
No, I said he's the maester that's telling the story. He's the maester that's telling the story to little Sam at the end. Hey, little Sam, let's read the story of Game of Thrones.
I'm 25 years old, Dad. You're still little compared to me.
Sit down, boy. No.
I was the first to kill the White Walkers. You will sit and listen to my story.
I killed the first one. Well, you were just a little
brat.
Yeah.
Little boy.
Oh, yeah. So then you're at that part where Thor came down, just sort of,
And Hulk.
No, screw the Hulk.
Their team, man.
I'm good. Never was really a big fan of the Hulk.
The movies that we grew up with kind of ruined that, too. The Hulk movie from, 3?
That was something that required CGI that they just didn't have at the time. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Game of Thrones was awesome. Endgame was awesome. You still haven't seen Endgame. Which was pretty epic. I honestly, like, I don't know. There's some Marvel movies I really
You're not
like,
up to date on Marvel movies. Were
okay,
you lost or did
everybody
you cheat and
everybody
go through
keeps saying that. I know everything that's happened. I just haven't watched every single movie. But I know it's happened. I don't really need to watch the movies. There are a few that I still watch.
Endgame.
Because I knew what happened and everybody said it was really good, so I was going to go see it. I don't have to have a permission slip to go see a movie. I got in there for $5. Matinee.
Tuesday?
No, Saturday. Saturday at like 11.
That's cheap.
$5. It was great.
Heck yeah.
Reclining seats and everything.
Oh, you went to one of the nice ones.
Well, it's just, it's the big one.
Everyone around you is nice, though.
Well, yeah. Live in the city. Well, not really the city, but city's down the way.
City.
A nice city. Okay. Well, anyway, Game of Thrones was cool. Endgame was cool. Week was work.
Week was ruined because you enjoyed Endgame and Game of Thrones too much.
Well, it's fine. It's just work is work. Backpack trip coming up in 2 weeks.
Woo. That'd be fun.
You won't be coming on because you work.
I know. I'm a jerk for working.
Money. Trying to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Stay out of being homeless.
Master and Apprentice.
Which you still haven't read.
Because I need to buy it.
Do it now so we can talk about it. That'll be a future episode.
Yes, order it now on Amazon so I can read it
here
right now so we can talk about it.
Get your phone up and order it right now, live on the show. Yeah, we've got a couple things that are going to be coming up that we'll be discussing. Master and Apprentice is definitely one of them. I also just almost finished. I got a few minutes left. The Dooku Jedi Lost. I guess it's just called an audio drama. It's on Audible. Fantastic. Because they both tie into each other. They both intersect in similar timelines. And just...
Is Obi-Wan in Dooku's audio drama at all?
Nope.
I know they had a little bit of interaction, obviously, but not a whole lot.
No, not here. No. Just, there was a little bit of Qui-Gon, but I mean, it's early age Dooku and kind of all the way up through. So a lot of really cool stuff in that. Obviously, Master and Apprentice, very good. You guys need to get on Facebook and tell the Darth over there to stop procrastinating and buy the book and read it, and then we'll discuss it. And then while you're there,
if that's what it takes for someone to talk to me on Facebook, I'm okay with it.
Then leave your Star Wars stories so you can read them on the podcast. And if you want to send them in long form in an email, that's tcplanpodcast@gmail.com. And if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can, because we have a Patreon where we have our Dinner with the Patron series, where we eat food and have conversations, and it's fun.
And all negative comments,
go on YouTube. Okay, enough of the robotic stuff. So, let's jump on out of that. Let's do some HoloNet. And I thought what would be kind of fun is speculating a little bit about Mandalorian.
Yeah, because I know so much about The Mandalorian.
Well, here was the thing. You really missed out by not getting the celebration experience for it. And I know that they blacked some of it out for people who weren't in the arena. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Oh. Everybody in that arena is probably going to have Disney Plus in November. It's like, oh my God, so good. And it was. I mean, so I don't know. There wasn't really a trailer, but there was some explanation of it. Got to see the suit of armor, which looks wicked.
Yes, it does.
Let me pull up the cast here. Just I hate messing up people's names.
Could be more green. I don't know, or blue.
What?
The armor. It could be more green.
What are you talking about? This isn't a Boba Fett movie. Boba Fett's not even a. He's a jerk. He's dead.
He crawls out of that.
He's
thing.
dead.
He crawls out of that thing.
I don't want to hear it. So anyway, the Mandalorian is played by Pedro Pascal, who was Oberyn in Game of Thrones.
Was.
Spoilers. Yeah, he was. He's not anymore. And the funny thing is like I wasn't really hyped for this at all. I didn't know any of the cast. I didn't know basically jack aside from there was going to be a Mandalorian and it's possibly going to be Wild Westy.
And neither of us were really big fans of all of that lore, the sub-lore of that.
So when freaking Oberyn walks out on stage, like, oh my God, what? What are you talking about? He's the Mandalorian? Okay.
And then staff.
Oh, his little pokey proddy thing.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a probe, like a mean probe. So anyway, rounding out the rest of the cast, we have Gina Carano, who is a former mixed martial artist. Very kick-ass, and that was really cool to see her in there. Carl Weathers, also very fun, who looks like he might be kind of like the bounty master who gives them the bounties to go after. I don't want to be super ignorant, but some of the rest of these casts, I'm sure I'd recognize if I actually really searched into them, but I don't off the top of my head. Well, Bill Burr.
So random.
And I saw him in the trailer. I was like, is that Bill Burr? And then I know I was talking to people and they're like, you did see Bill Burr, right? It's like, what? What are you talking about? Bill Burr? He's in the trailer? Okay.
So what's his role?
I think he's another bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Nolte's on it?
Really?
Apparently. They have him listed here.
Okay.
Nick Nolte. Let's see here. Werner Herzog. Dude looks super familiar. And when I
see the picture?
Hold on. You don't get to see the picture.
Okay.
That guy. I'm trying to figure out what he's been in recently that I've seen. I guess I could look it up.
Yeah, he looks familiar, but I have no idea.
I don't know. I know you guys are probably screaming at us, so scream away. I can't hear you. But anyway, looks really good. So let's talk a little bit about the stuff that you didn't see.
I didn't see Boba Fett.
Which was basically everything because you weren't in a Star Wars Celebration.
I didn't see Boba Fett.
Because Boba Fett's dead. He's impaled on a tentacle somewhere. He's dead. Nobody likes him. And his armor was stolen by somebody else and worn elsewhere because he's dead. So, anyway. We actually got to see 10, 15 minutes of an episode. I had no idea they were going to go that long. It felt like Favreau was like, just do whatever. And Dave Filoni's just got to be sitting back there eating his hat. And they're both like, nah, don't worry about it. They're cool. No, but come on. You can't give them that one. No, it's fine. That's it. So, and it looks so good. So in that sequence, it was funny because people were putting their phones up to record it and everything. Because, I recorded the 9 thing just so I could watch it later. But I didn't really think about recording much else. I took some pictures, but anyway, people were like, "Oh my God!" And then this, she was maybe 5 foot even, just this little blonde, like she had to have been like an event coordinator or something, going, "You can't record this. Don't record this. Put your phone down. Come on." She was like a little bulldog, man. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll delete my entire history. Don't hurt me."
Is she gone? Okay, back to recording.
Well, there are people that did, obviously. But so you open up with him sitting at a table with Carl Weathers, and he's getting pucks, so the bounty pucks. And I feel weird calling them pucks, but whatever. So anyway, he's going through all these bounties and everything, and then finally he's like, "Well, I got another one kind of off the books. There's no puck." "Oh no puck. Must be serious." So then Pedro's character, the Mandalorian, I hope he has a name.
He doesn't need a name if he's already the Mandalorian.
"Hi, Mandalorian. Hi, the Mandalorian. How are you doing, the Mandalorian?"
Is it Mandalorian or the Mandalorian?
The.
My first name
Not
is the.
Not the. So he goes to like acquire this bounty. And he walks into this little house thing, and first thing you see are these dusty, dirty stormtroopers. And then the Warzog guy is like, I guess like an older Imperial officer. And they give him a bounty to go search for stuff. But it was I don't know, it was just so cool. They had a little bit of a tension point where they're all pointing weapons at each other, and it's like, well, there's like 5 of us, only 1 of him. He's like, "I like those odds."
Oh, God.
So
It's going to be one of those.
Well, I think, and I think early people were saying it's going to kind of be like a Wild Westy, Clint Eastwoody type of space thing.
Is it going to be a more adult-themed TV show?
It's on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus has made it implicit that there's no R ratings, there's no MA stuff, so it's going to be, I think, fairly centered towards, maybe like, yes, adult, but not
more for teenagers.
Adult, younger people to be included in it. So, which is fine. You can totally do that, but I think it's going to be relatively clean.
Well, it does still need to fit in with the rest of Star Wars. So
That's true.
That makes sense.
So, talked a little bit about Favreau had talked a little bit about, seeing different planets and different species and all this stuff. And it's a great platform for that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think one of the things that, I don't know if it's a complaint, but I know I've heard people complain about it a bit, is like, I want to see more planets. I want to see more of this galaxy. Well, you saw Canto Bite. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With the current story going on, it's not an exploration trilogy. It just isn't.
Yeah, I get it.
That was more the prequels.
So one of the thoughts that I had for the show is it going to be like the old classic Monster of the Week? So you have your overarching bounty, but then you do like your Monster of the Week type things. It's like, you remember the X-Files, right?
Oh, yeah.
So X-Files had the overarching thing where like, oh, there's aliens. But I also, encountered a Rougarou or some crazy freaking chupacabra. And there's a dude that got all long and went through your vents and, werewolves and stuff. Every week it was different. So I wonder if it's kind of going to be a little bit like that, or if it's just going to be like straight through one track conflict. What do you think? You don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know as much as you do, but I don't know. I'd kind of like there to be a conflict going on.
Just one conflict?
I'm not the biggest fan of Monster of the Week.
That was classic 90s sitcom there, man.
I know.
That was classic 90s TV.
I'm more into character development, whether it be the good guy or the bad guy, and you just don't get that out of Monster of the Week.
Yeah,
To me, that's more like Scooby-Doo stuff. I mean, I want
you
some
watched
character.
Scooby-Doo.
Well, yeah, I did, but I didn't watch it for character development. I liked
Well, I suppose that's probably true.
characters are pretty well developed.
Jesus. Oh,
But no, I'd rather it not be Monster of the Week, personally. I do want a Rancor battle, though.
Oh, God.
I feel like this is where we could have it. I want to see the Mandalorian take down a Rancor.
Sure.
The same
with this little probe thing.
I want it to be
Bend over. Here's a probe.
I want it to be literally the exact same as his fight with Mountain.
What? So he dies? Gets
I
his
don't care
helmet
about
crushed
that.
in?
I don't care about that. I just want to see him knock down a Rancor.
You're unbelievable.
I tried to be.
You're just off the rails today.
Trying.
So anyway, so you buying Disney Plus with our
you?
Disney check?
Still going to ask that first, but I didn't get to.
We'll probably share it.
Yeah, I think we should get it. If nothing else,
well,
I mean, we get access to Clone Wars, Rebels, a few.
See, that's
other things.
actually the thing. I never really watched the full
Yeah.
Clone Wars, and
I'd like to rewatch it.
here's the
And I never
here's
watched
the
Rebels.
flipping thing. It's been on Netflix forever.
Now it's probably gonna go away.
April 6th, they took it away. It's already gone.
Oh, they took it away finally.
So they
Rebels too. I don't think they ever put Rebels on.
No. So I got back from Celebration, and I was at the Clone Wars panel. And I came home. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to finally watch them, binge it, go through all of it, and they're not there. So I went to the half-price bookstore and was like trying to find used copies. None.
I'll be honest, it was Ahsoka that did it, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I
Because
mean,
I know she was a part of Celebration.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know who Ahsoka is. I've seen footage of it, but I just never watched Clone Wars. Ashley Eckstein is probably one of the. I don't know. I just like her personality. I think she plays that character so well, and then just in real life, she's just ridiculous, you know. So, and that's actually a thing that I get into. A lot of times, I might like a character because of the actor who played them. So anything Sean Bean does, I automatically like because I like Sean Bean. There are a couple others, but I mean that's one of the major ones. Because Boromir, like in Lord of the Rings, who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character? Boromir. Why? Probably mostly because of Sean Bean.
He was one of the best characters.
So
I think Sean Bean's just way too expensive as an actor, and that's why they kill him off too.
Who knows?
So soon.
Just dies.
It's like Game of Thrones. No, we can't afford you for 8 seasons. We can afford one.
But yeah, it's kind of funny because Eckstein was actually in quite a few panels, and I think she just sold me. I was like, okay, yeah, I got to watch the thing from end to end. But
what do you think the idea of Anakin having? I mean, we never really talked about it. Do you like that they gave him an apprentice? Gave him a Padawan?
Sure, why not? Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because the Jedi Council is stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So Mandalorian, looking for that. I think Disney Plus opens up sometime in November, and looking forward to getting into it. I was not hyped about it, but I came out of that panel extremely hyped about it, so I'm looking forward to it.
I wonder if do you think we'll get episode 9 almost instantly from that, or you think it's still going to take around 4 or 5 months?
What do you mean? Episode 9's in December.
Right. But I mean, when it comes out, do you think we'll get it within a few weeks after it's taken? No, I'm talking episode 9. When it's taken out of the theaters, do you think we'll get it right away in Disney Plus?
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally didn't understand what you're saying.
Or do you think that's going to be the same as, when it comes out on DVDs when we'll probably get it?
Probably. Probably. Okay.
How much is the service going to be?
I've heard somewhere maybe $7-8.
That's what we pay for HBO, so I'm okay with that. I feel like we'd get
a little bit more for that's a piece.
Well, a piece. Yeah, a piece. But I don't know, we'd get quite a bit of enjoyment out of that.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, let's go ahead and wrap up HoloNet. Let's pop on into our reread. Ready for this chapter, guys?
Not really.
Are you ready to read? Chapter 16.
Are you ready? No, I'm not.
Short chapter.
Yeah.
Pretty short chapter, only about four or 5 pages, something like that.
A little bit more than that, because I would have texted you asking if we were going to double up. I think it was around 7.
Yeah, 7. One more than what I said.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's literally the cutoff. If it's 7 pages, I don't ask if we're doubling up.
Okay. All right, fine. Let's pop in. Leia intended to be the first person to disembark from the Lambda-class shuttle. Fond memory.
God, don't you just love all these ship names and shuttle names?
You know what my ship's called? Fond memory.
What memory was it?
Fond one.
Which one?
The fondest one.
Tell me about it. It was fond.
I mean, seriously, it's like some guy was out there. It's like, you know what? We got to commission a new shuttle for blah, blah, blah. What are we going to call it? The SSS Kick-Ass? No, you know what we're going to call it, man? I had a fond memory, so... Oh, dude, fond memory! Sounds
Well,
stupid.
no, I was going to name it based on the No, fond memory. You got it.
Yeah.
Right there. Don't need to hear another word. Shut
Anyway.
up. That's what it is.
When it touched down on Dembrillion, but her bodyguard...
Bulper.
There you go. Beat her to it. What an eager beaver. She just wanted to get off the ship first. Growls at some guys.
She just wanted to be Neil Armstrong.
I guess.
But she didn't get to be.
One small step for man.
One giant leap for Bulper.
Yeah. Leia ran down the landing ramp and hugged Lando fiercely. I'm so happy to see you're not hurt. I'm not, but my world is. My world.
My world.
How would you just like to say that? It's like, I'm all right, sweetheart, but my world, well, it's not so good. That'd be sweet. It's all over, Leia. It's all over. The pure anguish in his voice. Pain It arced pain through her heart. Okay, did you notice that there's some really weird words in this chapter?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to those because arced is not.
We've had a few chapters.
Arced is not a weird
like
word,
that.
guys, but there were a couple of word choices that I didn't quite understand the rationale behind that.
Our last few chapters, the English has gotten kind of weird, so I kind of wonder what he was going through
I
at
think
that
each
point.
chapter was edited by a different person. Well, it arced pain through her heart. She followed his gaze and looked out over the city that she remembered as being pristine during her first visit, with high towers that made this portion of Dembrillion look as if it had been transplanted from Coruscant. Giant sweep of archways and elegant work decorated on buildings reminded her of images of Coruscant when her father was yet a child. Now it is Coruscant. I like this thing. Now it is Coruscant after Thrawn and the Emperor's return.
Yeah.
Thrawn. Just had to throw in Thrawn. That's pretty cool. Proud towers have been shattered. Fires gutted from tops of some buildings, holes melted, destruction. Everybody's dead. Oh, the Yuuzhan Vong returned a week and a half after you left. Now, I didn't think about this. They returned a week and a half after they left.
So
they just left Lando, and then Yuuzhan Vong came back.
And this is just proof of how incompetent the New Republic is.
Yeah, I know.
It's really pathetic.
Well, they took up a position near the asteroid belt and watched us. Oh, it's kind of creepy. Don't watch me. Don't look at me.
You know, the Yuuzhan Vong can monitor a planet, but apparently New Republic can't monitor their own planets.
That's your
video.
That's your biggest plot hole of this entire series.
It's for how technologically
I
advanced they
know.
are. Why can't they monitor shit?
I'm with you. Every so often, a squadron of their coral skippers descends. And
I
hits,
know, that got me.
Coral skippers descends and hits a particular. There's a lot of plurals.
I'm like,
there.
oh, this is actively happening.
lot of plurals. Skippers descends. It doesn't seem anyway. Whatever. It hits a particular location. We fight back, of course, and get some of them, but less and less with each strike. Feels like they're using us to cull the weak and stupid from their ranks, leaving only the best and smartest and bravest behind to fight again. Now, that's an interesting point. Knowing what we know of the Yuuzhan Vong, that actually seems like a pretty astute assumption there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're training. They're trying to get this new sectors, this new galaxies tactics down, and they're just throwing stuff at it periodically, being kind of cautious and learning. So I think Lando's a pretty smart guy. But then he slammed his right fist into his left palm.
Not the other way around.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
Now, I imagine this, and I'm just sitting there like, It just seems like a weird move to do.
It's like a Saturday morning cartoon move.
Oh boy, I oughta.
Them using Vong.
Using Vong. I oughta. I don't like their attacking. I don't. Okay, this is again. I don't like their. Okay, again.
I don't like their
attacking us, but I like even less being mocked. I don't like their THEIR.
Possessive attacking us. Yeah.
I don't like they are attacking us. I don't like that they are attacking us would be properly grammatical in my mind.
No, it's just I don't like they're attacking us. As in, I don't like
the editor of this chapter
I can't even
took
explain
a day off.
it. It's just I don't even think they messed up. I think that's just their weird version of English.
I don't think that it doesn't seem right, but I'm not an English major, so who knows? So they're being mocked. Oh, Eligos. So we had the one senator that kind of wanted to understand things.
Yeah.
Peers beside Leia. Administrator Cal Risen. He's still an administrator. You would have think he would have gotten a different title.
King.
Grand Emperor. Grand guy. What you see as mocking you could be a healthy respect for your defenses here. Your people did stop an early assault.
I just wanted at this point Lando to be like, gee, thanks, Eligos. That really makes me feel better about my city being on fire and all these people dying.
Exactly. Well, he did nod grimly. We did, but these Yuuzhan Vong fight differently. It was the difference between dealing with crack Imperial troops and some local imp wannabe militia. Imp wannabe militia. Okay? Seems a little insensitive, but whatever. These fighters are much better and, yes, more cautious, but they're just putting the polish on the force pike.
The force pike?
Yeah. Before they drive it into our guts. Force pike. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Leia put a hand on Lando's shoulder. They
didn't harry us.
Yeah, this is another one. They didn't harry us as we came in. Okay, so is that like a magic thing? Did Harry Potter come out and just like Wingardium Leviosa or something on you? They didn't harry us any. They didn't like drop their pubes on us or something.
It's probably like a 1940s term or something.
Well, they didn't harry us when they came in, Lando, so, you know.
That was Yuuzhan Vong. They sure didn't do it.
Oh, my God. Anyway. Oh, they don't. They pick off a few of the outbound ships, but mostly let them run too. At least they do now. I think they expected a New Republic's response by now.
We all did.
Yeah. Okay, here's another thing, and this is just like me. So, at least they do now. I think they expected a New Republic's response by now. They ended two sentences with now.
I know.
And
it's ugly. It's very ugly. It kind of makes you cringe as much as when you would watch scenes with Jar Jar Binks in it.
Misa. Yeah, okay. We've got nothing from Coruscant to... You've got nothing. That was my fault. From Coruscant to offer us, right? And then she introduces Senator Eligos Claw.
By jerking a thumb towards him.
You weren't even going to try that one, were you?
No.
You like the Claw. Better find. Yeah, it's on a fact-finding mission.
Official one.
Yeah, better find your facts fast, Senator, before the Yuuzhan Vong melt them down with plasma blasts.
It's so cheesy.
A little bit, yeah. So this was an interesting observation, though, Leia has. And all the time she'd spent with Lando, even when Darth Vader had usurped his command of Bespin, she'd never heard him so frustrated. That's pretty heavy because, I mean, Lando's always been smooth, you know, but now in Bespin, the deal just kept getting worse all the time. But in this regard, it's like, well, you're kind of facing death.
Yeah.
Like you're being toyed with.
Yeah.
A little bit different than Vader. Vader might choke you, but, you know.
Vader just took your best friend and put him in carbonite. I mean.
And the woman and the Wookiee.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend and all your money.
And that guy with the ice cream machine.
Why not? Oh, let's jump around. How are your defenses holding up? Ghost craned his neck and looked around. I don't see much in the way of turbo laser batteries or concussion missile launchers. His face brightened a little for some reason, although I don't know why. Nor will you. The Yuuzhan Vong hit the fixed sites pretty early on. Everything else is mobile and in hiding.
That's a reason to, get kind of happy. Yeah, they're all destroyed.
Everything's basically destroyed, but I've got some mobile stuff. It's pretty cool. Go over some of their tactics. Basically, they try and harangue them with a couple of their fighters and shoot some batteries at them and, blah, blah, blah. Then they come up with something interesting here. Potential command ship. They've seen a command ship from the Yuuzhan Vong. Command ship? You've seen a big ship from them? Yes, the biggest ship.
The one that commands them.
Yeah. Yes, lurking near the asteroid belt. Come on down to my central defense facility. Oh, is that what he calls it? I can show you as much hollow on that ship as you want. Oh, is that what he calls it? We did make an attempt at taking it out, but our fighters never got close enough. They impacted on the surface, I bet. Anyway, ready to jump into the second split of the story?
Yeah.
The story I like to call The Facts of Life.
Did we have a name for this chapter, by the way?
Finding out the facts of life are all about you.
Did we have a name for this chapter, by the way?
I think it's just called Facts of Life.
Okay.
I think that works out pretty good for you.
You don't want to split the name for Leia's part?
No, I think it's all Facts of Life here. Lando's screwed, and now we have Jaina and Danny having a moment. They're just so special.
They're like sisters.
Let me bring something to your attention real quick here.
Oh, boy.
It mentions Danny's age.
Yeah.
She's 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
How old are the twins?
16.
16 years old. So in that long cylindrical ship with rags on, sort of seems somewhat more inappropriate to me now. I don't know why I thought Danny was like a teenager just out on her own in the Exegol station.
You just thought she was, 17 years old and leader of the Exegol facility.
I mean, she took on a tiger, for God's sake, so... Yet for some reason, I'm just feeling like a little bit of like an Annie Padme vibe now. I mean, I'm 9, you're 45, but we're totally going to get together one day.
Well, Jason kind of acts like
Did you catch that when we were reading here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
I just wanted there to be, while they're walking intertwined like that, I just wanted there to be mentioned, by the way, your brother's hot.
By the way, you're a pedo. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, so no, that was whatever. We'll get through here. Jaina pulled a comm link from Bulkhead Recharger Station on the fond memory. She handed another to Danny. Did you feel that was necessary? I don't know why. Like, I'm really picking this chapter apart, like really hardcore.
You need 2 comm links, man.
Yeah,
even though they're walking together.
But you know what? Had to get him down from the recharger station.
Yeah. Had to be mentioned.
Anyway, moving on.
Do those comm links get used in this entire chapter? Did that even need to be in there? No, it did not.
Anyway.
But space stuff.
Anyway. My mother is headed off.
And it's a bulkhead recharger station.
By God.
Not just a recharger station. Not just a charger. Bulkhead recharger station.
It's on the bulkhead.
Does it recharge the bulkhead or the comm link?
I think so. Maybe both. Maybe it's dual purpose. My mother is headed off with Lando. We can explore a bit if you want. Stretch your legs. So, Danny, would you like to go outside in the war-stricken, bombed out, melted planet and have a little fun?
We might
get
get
a Jamba
attacked by
Juice?
coral skippers. There might be a Starbucks on the corner.
Oh my God, it seems so. The blonde, I like this. The blonde woman, because we got to get that hair color out. Blondie.
Talk about the skin, too. Come on.
Blondie accepted the device and clipped it to her lapel of her blue jacket she wore. Sorry it took so long to find my jacket. You should have gone with her.
How long did it take to find that jacket?
I don't know.
Was that a removed chapter?
Apparently long enough for Leia to leave without Jaina.
Leia's like, okay, well, you guys have fun. I'm just going to go hang out.
You know, Danny's taken off
Lando.
a long time with that jacket, so I'm just going to go off with Lando. Have fun, girls. Here's $20 for pizza.
Hey, do you think that maybe that gave the comm link enough time to fully charge?
Maybe. Who knows? So Jaina basically doesn't want to go with her mom because she's all cooped up with her. But your mom, I know, she defeated the Empire and kept the New Republic safe. Oh, don't look at me that way, you beep. I know what she did, and I love her dearly.
Sounds as if there is a butt coming in.
And as you know, everything before butt is BS. Yeah. Oh, didn't you ever want to move out of your mother's shadow? This actually, though, is understandable.
Yeah, it is.
Because, like, Jaina's kind of screwed anyway. So she's got twin brother, strong in the Force. Younger brother, talented pilot, strong in the Force. You've got your dad, who was this crazy, ridiculous smuggler in a famous ship who helped save everybody. You have
the Skywalker twins.
Yeah, I mean, you have your mom is a Skywalker, and she's a huge diplomat, a literal princess.
Plus, you have Mara on top of that.
Shut your mouth. It didn't happen. No, I'm just kidding. In this book, it did. Yeah, your mentor's Mara Jade. Your uncle's flipping Luke Skywalker. So there's so much bearing down on these kids, it's not even funny.
And your family best friend's Chewbacca.
Yeah. And then, of course,
everyone's famous around you.
Exactly. Now, this is kind of a ridiculous question to ask Danny because, my mother cast a very small shadow, I guess. She was like a...
Well, my mother was a loser. So.
She was just an astrophysicist who, just kind of kept low and, didn't really want to do anything. And then she's kind of proud of me, but, she's not like your mom. She didn't save the
My dad was just a bureaucrat, so I went as far away from all the bureaucrats as possible.
Well, Jane was like, well, yeah, your mom must have been proud. Okay. Did you find your jacket yet?
Your mom wasn't a princess, too? Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so let's go here. Science, I like science. At least you had some sort of choice, Danny, with my parents. I could be a smuggler who saved the galaxy or a diplomat. Okay, the wording
Those are your only options.
I could be a smuggler who specifically saved the galaxy or a diplomat who saved the galaxy. Who's saying you're saving anything? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though. Seriously. And you chose to become a Jedi. That choice was pretty much made for me. My brothers and I are very strong in the Force. You know, my brother.
The 16-year-old.
Yeah, the one you were in that long, cylindrical ship.
With your creamy skin rubbing up on his skin.
Super inappropriate. Anyway, let's see here. You regret being a Jedi?
No, it's the coolest thing ever. I get to do Force jumps.
Well, honestly, like her rationale is kind of interesting. So, no, not at all. It's something... So here's what she says. It's something neither of my parents became, so it let me have something to myself.
And then there's Luke in the background. It's like, I'm your family too, and I was freaking amazing, but that's okay.
No, I'm reading that like, so you became a Jedi to have something for yourself.
But then complains all the time about how her mom never became a Jedi.
Well, I know. But again, she became a Jedi to have something for herself.
Yeah.
It's going to be important later. The only good part about the chapter name. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'm a fraternal twin. We're not identical. Thanks for clarifying.
Which means you don't have a crush on me.
Yeah. Well, oh, Jesus. Let's not do that there. Well, Danny understands. I think I'm getting to see what you're saying. Pleased to meet you, Jaina Solo. So tell me, just who are you?
That was awkward. Just a little bit awkward.
I don't know who I am.
Laughter erupting from Jaina.
I don't know who I am. I'm only 16. I know part of it. I know I'm a really good pilot. I'm not a bad Jedi. I know I'm getting tired of being my mother's daughter and my father's daughter. It would have been funny if my father's son, just mix it up a little bit. and part of me even knows that it will take time for me to emerge from their shadows. I also know that there are folks out there who think I'm going to be the salvation of the galaxy because I'm a Jedi, and others who think I'm
Doom on 2 feet.
I'm Doom on 2 feet for some reason.
I'm same reason.
I'm 2 whole feet of Doom. Doom. Oh,
That does kind of illustrate how much more mature she is than
very
her
true.
brother, though.
So here's another interesting line. The older woman.
Grandma.
Grandma Danny over here. I remember when I was 16, I was all elbows and knees and pretty sure I knew all there was to know about anything worth knowing.
The hell does that mean?
Yeah, she was just so knowing. Uh-huh.
No, the elbows and knees thing.
She's all elbows and knees. You never heard that? Come on, man.
Is that how she defeated the tiger?
Maybe. She just hit him with her elbows and knees. And now at the ripe old age of what? 21? You know how foolish you were back then? Okay.
Yes and yes.
Yep. So about your brother.
Grandma Danny's kind of got a thing for your little brother.
Jesus.
I know you were born first.
So
I'm gonna
creepy.
say
It's
little
creepy.
brother.
It's creepy. It's creepy. My point is, Jenna, that people have a choice when they start to look at who they are. Some people decide they want to be like others. They use them as examples, try and do things they do, and do the best, follow their footsteps. I was like that with my mother. Well, good for you, Danny. I'm gonna skip. I'm skipping. I'm skipping. She's bouncing around in her mind a bit. Dana shot Danny a sidelong glance. So this wisdom thing that kicks in when? About 17 or 18? Maybe with a good role model. Who's your role model? Danny? Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Screw Mara, right?
We're so much cooler. I'm blonde. You're not.
I'm all knees.
On knees and elbows.
That's so much better than a blood rush.
Oh, goodness. Well, anyway, so they turn the corner and chaos, basically. And they both get a little shiver. Danny shivered. These people, there's such need. And then, Jaina basically sort of comes around to this. I know you're force sensitive. I should have steered you clear here. So it might be the day in which we're living in. Probably more so than me thinking in whenever this book was.
I think I know where you're going with this.
It's like force sensitive is like it's like the news like snowflake or something like people call sensitive people now. Look, I know you're a snowflake, Danny. But,
I didn't mean to offend you by
didn't-
letting you see all these people
I didn't mean to
who are
like
worse off than you.
I didn't mean to offend your force sensitivity. So, I mean, I know.
I mean, it hurts me way more than you, but I'm sorry. You're not used to it. You're weak.
Well, and the funny thing is, too, is like, yeah, obviously she's force sensitive. She was able to call out to Jason for some reason. 6-year-old boy. But,
Got that link like Carlo and Ray.
Shut your mouth. It's not going to happen like that. But, just showing her this stuff is all of a sudden going to shake her to her core or something after
It's going to render.
21 whole years of life.
It's going to render.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, let's see here. And then Jaina basically tells her, we can kind of teach you how to shut it out and, do some little mind tricks. We can teach you how to, I don't know, control some ants, maybe build a pyramid. It'll be fun.
Bite people with it.
You can do that? Yeah, there you go. You can do that? You can shut things out? I mean, I thought the force was vital for Jedi. The Force is vital for everyone, but negative emotions are the bane of the Jedi Knight. Too much of that can frustrate you, lead you to despair, and rash acts that are of the dark side. Sounds so familiar. I can show you how to screen a lot of the negative stuff, teach you a few more of the simple telekinesis
exercises.
Telekinetic exercises, maybe, would be
That's
better.
what it was supposed to be.
Anyway, I'm not an English teacher, but first I want to find my mother. She ought to have a clue on how desperate things are getting there. So I don't want to see my mother, but you know what? You have your jacket, so I want to see my mom.
And I know that your mind is hurting because of all these people, but first let's find my mom, and then I'll show you.
Yeah, and it's funny. So Danny, you're right. Thanks for getting me out of there. No problem. Gave her a quick nod. That's no problem. Gave her a quick nod. That's for calibrating my compass. So was the quick nod for calibrating her compass, or getting her out of there for calibrating her compass? Anyway, she calibrated
what
her
compass?
Her moral compass. Now that I've got a better idea of where I'm going, perhaps I can actually get there. So Danny Quee went ahead and solved all the problems of a 16-year-old girl. She's a genius.
In 7 pages.
She's a genius. Well, actually, less than that, because it's only half the chapter.
True.
It's
now
like
we just need a male version of Danny to fix old Jason. Jason.
No, he's done.
Yeah.
So anyway, filler, obviously. Filler chapter. Some interesting stuff, kind of the characterization of Lando, how he's dealing with things right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, the mention that they're still getting attacked. There's now a command ship potentially. The facts of life coming up, I guess was fine. The most interesting thing is Jaina's basically why, at this point, why she thinks she's a Jedi. And that'll be important later.
Mm-hmm.
So your favorite chapter, right?
By far.
By
Easily.
far the favorite chapter
Yep.
out of every book ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent.
Every book I've ever read, ever.
You're getting better at lying. It's
Yeah.
good. So anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed our reread and our various other topics that we spoke about. Again, pour one out for Peter Mayhew. And
Boy, that guy sure was all elbows and knees.
Just shut your mouth. Disrespect.
Yeah. Great guy, though.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. You guys have a good, safe rest of your week.
And as always, may the 4th be with you.